In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you my top 10 handheld smartphone moves. Now, I'm gonna be filming with the iPhone 16 Pro, which I recently got, and this rig, we'll talk about it a little bit later in this video, but all I can say is it's pretty dang sick. So most beginners, when they're starting out filming with a mobile phone, they usually stand in place and pan from left to right or from top to bottom. But they don't move around. They're not changing their perspective or their angles or bringing movement into their shots. So instead of just panning left to right, try out these shots. First, we're gonna start out with the beginner shots. All right, so shot number one is push forward. Instead of just standing there still and just having a static shot, add a little bit of movement by doing a ninja walk forwards. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna start from here and I'm just gonna slowly, with my knees bent, walk forwards. And you can see right away that there's just a perspective change to the shot rather than if I just stood there filming like this, it's just static. There's not a lot of movement, the perspective isn't changing. Now, if you wanna do this movement even better, the lower you get to the ground, or for example, if you have something in the foreground, it's gonna get a lot more exciting. So we're gonna do this again. And we're gonna get low to the ground and just look at that foreground change and perspective change in the shot. Much better. All right, shot number two is tracking side to side. So instead of just standing there and just panning left to right, we're gonna move with our legs to the left side and then we're gonna dolly to the right side, getting this nice movement to our shot. Let's do some example shots of that. So this would just be me just panning left to right. So I'll just go left to right and pan. Kind of boring in my opinion. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna tilt with your legs to the left right here, and then you're gonna move and shift your weight to the right side as if you're using kind of a slider or dolly shot like this. That's tracking side to side, shot number two. Shot number three is the crane shot. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start down from down low and then lift up the camera up high, revealing something. So in this shot that we're about to do right now, I want to be able to reveal the sea where we're hanging out at right now. So I want to have it down low where you just show the ground, and then I want to be able to see all of a sudden the ocean sea over there. So let's turn the camera over there and see the behind the scenes. We're gonna maybe put on the wide angle for this one. So we're gonna start down low. Let's put the focus and autofocus on the water like that. And then we're gonna start off low and then crane up. Let's do it one more time. Maybe even down here is better. So it's like down the ground, and then we're gonna crane up, revealing the water. Again, we're down. We're gonna reveal the water. Also try that with a wide angle, ultra wide. So, and so that is the crane shot. Now, if you've been wondering this whole time, what is this rig setup? Let me show you in the studio. So Small Rig, the episode of this sponsor was kind enough to send me this. This is the Small Rig all-in-one mobile video kit made in collaboration with Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee is an insane filmmaker known for his crazy gimbal moves and using a lot of mobile phones for his filmmaking. So if you're interested in checking out his work, go and check out his YouTube channel. So what's included when you buy this rig? So first we have the universal phone cage. This has a really cool MagSafe attachment here, so you can attach your phone easily. As well, if you want the physical handles, you can push those out fully and then press the button there. It's gonna clamp on here. Then we have a 67mm magnetic filter adapter that you can then screw and lock in place for whichever phone that you're using. Then we have a variable ND filter to control exposure. It goes from 1 to 5 stops. As you can see here, it gets darker and brighter. And this just easily attaches by magnetic to the front of the cage, which is super handy and quick to use. Then we got two side handles that you can easily attach to the cage just by opening up these and just clamping on there. This handle has a SSD enclosure that you can put a M2 SSD in there, and then you can film your ProRes log straight to the SSD. As well, in this handle, we have a removable Bluetooth shutter, which is really handy if you're filming yourself and you want to walk away from the camera, for example, on tripod. You can press this, take the clip, and then as well, you can put it back onto the handle so that you can use it as your trigger button when filming handheld. Then it comes with a 4-in-1 dock station, so you have 3 USB ports and then as well a power charging port where you can quickly charge your mobile phone with a power bank. Then we got a multifunctional data cable, an Arca Swiss adapter that you can attach to the bottom of your cage and then put this to a tripod plate so you can easily take on and off from a tripod. Then we got 3 anti-glare plates so that you don't get any glare when you're filming into the sun. And last, we have a power bank holder, or you could put your SSD drives or anything else you want to attach into this clamp. Oh, and last we have this carrying case. It's pretty big, so I probably won't use it. But it comes with the package, so that's nice. Some things that I really appreciate that SmallRig did when it comes to the design of this rig was the fact that this is a universal. You can, put different phones in here based on when you upgrade your phone, rather than this being just for one phone and then you upgrade it to the next year's iPhone and they have to get a new rig. This has a universal clamp so you can put all sorts of different mobile phones into the rig. Another thing I think is great is just how easy these clamps are to take on and off these side handles. And you can then just put it onto the top to get your top handle like this. Or if you want to film vertical, I can just take this other one, take off the Arca Swiss clamp from here. And now I can be filming vertically, which nowadays you have to be able to quickly change things up to be able to film landscape or vertical, to use the top handle and side handle to get even more stable lower shots. These side handles make all of these different kinds of shots possible, and it's just so quick to use. So I think SmallRig has done a really good job with designing this. Not to mention the fact that these handles rotate 360, so you can really, set them up exactly the way you want. On top of all the 1/4-inch holes that there are here to add the different parts, there's also 5 hot shoe mounts, which is great for all the accessories that you might want to use for your rig. If you want to have wireless microphone system receiver here, then you want to have a power bank, you want to have your SSD drive, you want to have a light. Everything that you need, you can attach to these different hot shoe mounts. I also love the fact that they do have the Bluetooth shutter. That way you don't have to be touching on your iPhone to press record. You can just easily press record here and then use the thumb control for zooming and focus. And then if you are solo shooting by yourself and you want to be able to control the shutter, you can just take this along with you, put this down on a tripod, press it, get the shot you need, walk into the shot, and then when you're done with it, you just put it back here. So this is a really versatile rig setup, especially if you are a run and gun solo shooter. And last, what I love most is the fact that this variable ND filter is included in the package, but as well the fact that it's magnetic. You just throw it there, take it off if you don't need any more. It's that easy, and you can use different kinds of filters with your rig setup. That, in a nutshell, is the SmallRig all-in-one mobile video kit. I'm gonna link it in my description if you're interested in checking it out. Shot number 4 is the reveal shot. Now, this is similar to the tracking shot, kind of dollying left to right, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna be filming from behind an object and then reveal an object. Now, one thing you gotta be careful about is if you don't lock the exposure and the focus, and then you put your camera behind, for example, the tree, and then when you reveal the water, it's gonna change exposures and focus, and it's gonna look pretty ugly. So make sure you double tap the final subject that you wanna be focused on and tracked onto, lock that in, and then do the reveal shot. So let me show you how I would do it. So here's not what to do. Don't just put the camera behind the tree and then just move out like this, because A, it's gonna have an exposure change and as well focus change, and it doesn't look that good. What you're gonna do is you're gonna tap the screen that you want to be exposed onto and focused on. You're gonna lock that in. I'm gonna increase just a tad bit. And then now when we go behind the tree, you can really get close to it and reveal your subject like that. See the difference between those two shots? That is the revealing shot. Shot number 5 is the push pass shot. This is similar to shot number 1 where we're just walking forwards, but we're gonna add a new level to the shot, which is adding some sort of depth by, moving past forward some tree branches, or by being really low to the ground so that you have a lot of things in the foreground to get that depth into the shot. Because it's one thing just to move forward, but then to as well see things in the foreground moving past you. That always brings a nice dynamicness to your shot. So let's try it out. Right here, I have these trees right here. So, all right, we're recording all. So what I'm gonna do is I have this really cool tree branches with the water over there, and I wanna focus on the dock. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just walk forwards, moving past these tree branches like that. See how you can just really get that depth and perspective into the shot like this. The same thing if you wanted to do this from down low. If you want to film low to the ground, it's really helpful to have a top handle. So I'm just gonna attach this top handle now to my rig, and now I can just hold it down low when I'm filming. From right here, just walking, getting really low to the ground to get that depth. Let's try it one more time, just to make sure we got the shot. Just doing those nice, nimble ninja moves. Bent knees, walking forwards, getting that nice shot. Number 6 is subject tracking. Now this is kind of like the shot where we're dollying left to right, but instead of just moving left to right, we're as well orbiting around the subject, keeping the subject in the middle of the shot. I have my friend Arton as my model, and I'll show you what it looks like when you're doing subject tracking. Number 7 is push to focus. So how I'm gonna do this shot is I'm gonna first focus on Arton's face, and then I'm gonna move back and then walk towards him. So you're gonna notice that the shot is out of focus when I move away from him, and as I move closer to him, it's gonna be in focus, getting that nice shallow depth of field. Now, in order to get that nice shallow depth of field, you do need to use a variable ND filter to control your exposure in order to get that nice high aperture. Shot number 8 is the push forward while panning down. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna walk forwards and then tilt your camera up high and then pan down. This creates a really cool movement while revealing something. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reveal this cabin right in front of us. Let me show you how I would do the shot. I'm gonna lock the actual exposure and focus on the cabin just because the sky is way brighter. Okay, so walking forwards and panning and revealing the cottage. One more time, up high, panning on the trees, walking forward, slowly panning down and filming the cottage. That's shot number 8. Number 9 is subject tracking with cranes. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do that orbiting tracking shot of your subject, but at the same time, you're gonna pan from down low to high or from high to low. This is great if you're revealing a person, for example, a little bit of mystery, you know, you're filming their feet first and then you're tracking and craning up or down. Number 10 is the backward reveal shot. So I'm gonna be farther away from Arton. I'm gonna focus on him. Then I'm gonna walk up towards him, put the camera right onto his jacket, press record, and I'm gonna step back and keep walking. And as I walk back, then it's gonna reveal him and the landscape that he's in. That's shot number 10. All right, that's 10 smartphone handheld moves and an overview of the SmallRig all-in-one mobile video kit. If you're interested in checking this out, I will link it in my description.